Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sunday morning at 7 a.m. What the hell is wrong with us? Why aren't we in bed like everybody else at 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning? But a few of us, insomniacs evidently, are not in bed this morning. We're here. It says 38. At least 38 of us are here. Good morning. Good morning. And welcome. Welcome to, I want to say Midnight Coffee with Mitch, but it is Morning Coffee with Mitch. And there's Mitch on the side, and there's Mitch from the front, and drink it, my friends, if you got it. And I'm drinking out of my politically incorrect, bound to piss off everybody coffee cup. Says, proudly proclaims I'm a white, straight Republican male. Sorry if I offended you. Actually, it says, how else can I piss you off today? I love this cup. I love this cup. I don't use it too often. So, it's Sunday, and it's the first Sunday at this time slot. And I want to thank Louis. I don't know if Louis Latito's here, but I want to thank him for alerting me to the fact yesterday that when I created this video and posted the thumbnail, and I usually start with a template of the thumbnail that I used the previous week, and I changed the date, the time, and the date and everything, but I forgot to change the 8:30 to 7, and I threw it up there. Now, the video was scheduled for 7, but the thumbnail said 8:30. Louis sent me an email, said, check your thumbnail. So I did and fixed it. But while I was fixing it, I'm always talking to myself. And I said to myself, Mitch. And I said, what? And I said, Mitch, maybe on Sunday morning, you should do it at maybe 9 o'clock instead. Maybe a little later. Give the West Coast people a chance. It's Sunday, for God's sakes. Let them sleep. And I said, well, that might be a good idea, or it might just confuse everybody. And of course, anytime you do anything different, there are some people who say, well, that's great, that works out better for me, and other people who say, nah, I can't do it because I got to go to church. I got to do this. I got to do that. So I don't know. I don't know. Already, thank you. Thank you, Donna Ray. You are anticipating my question. And Donna Ray says, keep it at 7 a.m. That's I'm up, which of course is, for me, that's the most important consideration, because if I'm not up, it's academic. So it's a thought. It's a thought. I'm not at the point yet where I'm going to seriously consider changing things yet again. But think about it. Think about it. Send me an email. Let me know. It's hard to know with so many people how any little change might affect people. So let me know. Early bird gets the worm, says Anthony S. Yes, if you're into worms, a very smart strategy. If you're a bird or a fish, or chicken even. So Sunday, traditionally, I've been doing a panel of people coming in, and we're going to do that this morning. So if anybody, although as I reviewed the earlier chat, so many people were saying, I'm not going to be in this morning because. So maybe Sunday morning isn't the best time for it. Once again, good old Mitch is trying to please everybody. I should know by now. That'll never happen. But at any rate, I'm going to put a link in the chat to the panel. There it is. Let me pin it to the top. And if you'd like to come in, come on in. Nobody comes in. Just do what I normally do. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Lady Jim was the first one in yesterday afternoon when I put this thing up pretty early, and Proud American, and followed by Wayne Herman. Hi, Wayne. Peter chimed in to say hello, and Mandy Beddoes and Smoothie. John, how you doing, John? And Nikki W. Good evening, everyone. Jem was here, and we missed Jem. We missed Jem because she's on the West Coast, and this is just too early for her. But hi, Mitch and Mitch. It's great video. Mitch looking good and walking better every day. Good message, too. I am checking if I can't make it at 4 a.m. Yeah, that's too bad. Thank you, Jem. Thank you, Jem. And I meant when I said I'm going to pop up in the afternoon every once in a while, once I settle in. But wow, Lewis showed up in the green room. How you doing, Lewis? Lewis, guardian of the accurate thumbnail. Hope you notice how fast I jumped on that. Good, we'll bring you in a minute. Let me get done with a little bit of saying hi. For Grandma, Nancy, how you doing? And Gary, no slow. Probably won't make it out of bed in time. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Lewis got up. Yes. How about that? United Carnivore. Mike Searley yesterday. Sandy Blythe. Lori Michael, how you doing, Lori? And this morning, Mike Searley Sr., Thomas, Tina, won't be able to make it today. Lambs is here. Hiya, Lambs. How you doing? And this is Kathy Dixon. Good morning to you, Roxanne friend Anthony S. And let's see. Who was the first one in at 7? Oh, my God. My God, the winner this morning. Holy cow, out of bed, wondering what the hell to do with himself on a Sunday morning. It is Nelson Vasquez. Feeling a little disoriented this morning because Kelsey has no live stream. Nobody to hand off to me, but bound, usually, without any doubt, to be awake at 7 o'clock in the morning. Hi, Nelson. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. And you are the winner officially of hitting that button at right on the millisecond at 7 a.m. Eastern time. So good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Man, what a surprise that was. Ian and Cav, Joe's dog much? Yeah. Josephine C. and Brenda McIntyre, Anna Peel 07, Donna Ray, main runner. Nikki is back, and we go. I don't spend a lot of time doing this. I want to bring Lewis in here in a second, but Aaron is here. Rex. See here. Who is this? This is Sue, Smoky Bear Lover. Good morning. You're feeling great. We're all feeling great. I'm feeling great this morning. Wow. I never feel any better than I do first thing in the morning. And just a flash by Francine Bourgeois here. And all right. I don't want to spend the whole show. I could do that. You know I can, saying hi to everybody. So we'll leave it off at that. Lexi, I keep seeing new people. Sandy Blythe, yeah. Danny in Boston is here. Matt is here. Brian. Hiya, Brian. Okay. So far, I just got Lewis. But Lewis can keep me entertained and the rest of us. I did want to show you one thing before. Well, I'll bring Lewis in first. Let me bring Lewis in. Let me get over to this big picture of me. Clear the screen. Are you ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
All right,
I'm
man.
ready.
You're in. How you doing?
I'm
My
good.
special guest today, Louis Latino from New York. Tell us, Louis, how long have you been a carnivore?
When's the last time you pooped?
Yeah.
I emailed you yesterday because, I know the last thing you want is to confuse people.
Mm.
With the time. You're always worried about the time. I was like, let me email Mitch. I knew it was scheduled for 7. Like YouTube said at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I was like, let me just email him, and you wrote back right away. Like,
Well,
right away,
yeah, I jumped right at it. That's what people don't realize about me is I pay attention to whenever my phone goes ding, because I have customers 24/7 that rely on me. I look at it. So if it's something that I don't need to deal with right away, of course, I'm not going to get people in the habit of knowing that every time they text me or email me, I'm going to reply within 10 seconds. But because I take advantage of that. Yeah.
Right.
But when something comes off, I was sitting outside of my patio and I got up, walked in the house, went to the computer, took a look. It hit me immediately when I saw it. Because I start with the previous.
Yeah, you changed the date.
Photoshop file and just change the date. And I have a different one for Sunday. I have 3 basic templates for thumbnails. One for videos, that I do every day. And when I release a video, I make a thumbnail. Another one for the morning coffee with Mitch, where I basically just have to change the name of the day and the date. And then I have one for Sunday because it's got a different picture behind it.
It has the panel.
The panel, yeah.
Yeah.
So the last time I used that was last Sunday, and it was at 8:30, and
Yeah, no, I knew exactly what happened.
Yeah, I know you did. I know you did.
I gotta tell him.
I know you did. I want to show you something funny before you go on.
Sure.
Ricky Lee, I don't know. Ricky Lee is a member of the community, and he's always. I don't know if he always emails you, but every day I'm on an email list. I know Rick is on it, but I'm on it too, and he keeps emailing wild stuff he thinks I might be interesting. Sometimes I say, because every time he emails me, the phone goes ding. And I look at it and I go, oh, Ricky Lee, leave me alone, will you? But I appreciate some of this stuff. Some of it I have no interest in him whatsoever. But I when people think about you, you don't want to be rude to them. You appreciate the fact. You almost wish more people were, were thinking about you.
Think of you, yeah.
Yeah. So he's playing around with this new Google Gemini, Nano Banana. You know what that is? That's their new artificial intelligence image generator.
Oh, okay.
And it's free and it's everywhere. And it's scary. I mean, literally scary as hell. I've always been wary of AI in manipulating videos and images and voices. And I, quite a while ago, decided, well, the old day of believe your own eyes doesn't exist anymore, because you can't believe anything. You can't even believe this. You can't believe it. It's really me here, sitting talking to you.
What did he send you?
I'm going to show you.
Yeah,
I'm going to show you. Let me pull it up. Okay.
Because Amy's been making all of those carnivore superheroes, Avengers.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do that. You do it with a description. You can take a picture of anybody, and you just drag a picture into the chat box from the
Yeah.
AI.
And you say, make this into
You say,
whatever.
do this, do that. Well,
Dr. Nelson, get in StreamYard. Come on.
yeah.
Fix your face and put
So here,
get on here.
I'm gonna make myself big for a second. I'll come back to
Yeah,
you
no problem. Yep.
so that you can see this. And
Oh my God.
yeah, now let me make this bigger so you can see it here. Hold
Is
on
that
a second.
is that your house?
Yeah, I'm in my house. But the thing is, he said he took these pictures of me. There's the picture he put in there. It was from one of my
Right.
videos. It was a frame
Add
capture.
a huge beard.
Add a huge beard. And this happened.
But it changed your face a little bit.
Oh man, but I'm telling you, somebody could. I mean, this is funny and it's interesting because that is exactly how I would look. In fact, Lewis. I mean, look at that. And then this one over here, the one on the which is just cut off in this picture. There you go. Is a longer beard,
Right.
but much longer than my beard, and that's how I'd look with. And that is scary real.
It is Santa Mitch. Someone said
And I could make a video of me, a whole video in the kitchen, with me looking like that, talking and everything. And I could use my voice. I could use my voice, and it would be reading from a script, not me actually talking. And it would be very hard with the state of the art of these things for anybody to tell that wasn't real.
Wow.
So that's scary. That's just scary as hell.
Now, is it able to do video also? Because video is a lot of pictures.
There's many services that
right, but
you
not
use.
the free ones yet. Not the free ones yet.
Well, there might be some. You probably can't do. Can't do real intricate things in high res and all that. But you can pay for these services. People that are evil and nefarious aren't going to worry about $25 a month in their quest to ruin the world, so you just got to be very wary. And speaking of possibly counterfeit, people with whose beards aren't actually
real,
their real beard, but artificially, I don't call it artificial intelligence. I call it artificial propaganda, AP. You tell me, is that real?
Gary,
is that real? Is that real, or is that Memorex?
Yes, Memorex.
I heard huge beard, and then I was like, "What? Oh,
what? Someone's calling me.
Get on here."
I'm telling you, man. Wait a minute.
Oh, Mitch is back.
I'm trying to get it in the picture.
No.
I got to move it over. I got to move it over on the screen. There we go. Okay, now. Oh, look at that
screenshot.
Nah, his beard is still.
All right,
which
beard is fake?
Yeah, a little more, just a little more AI.
Which is the real biggest
So what
beard.
I want to do is I want to take a picture of Gary with a picture of Mitch and say, "Move the beard over."
Yeah. let me see. Let me place this here and get the sizing right.
Oh no! Tuck it in your shirt.
I can't get it. I have to.
Gone. Look, no beard.
Because of the way. Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
He's not paying attention, Gary.
I'm being silly. Oh yeah, Gary. I see. Look at that. He did take on. I could have done that with AI. Remove the man's beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's crazy. It's just nuts. So I just.
So wait, he sent that picture of you with the beard to the whole email list that he has?
No. He might have, or he just sent it to me. He might have sent it just to me, but he does that. Sometimes he sends.
No, that's funny.
Yeah, but I just wanted to show you that more as a warning than anything else. But it was interesting. I looked at myself. I said, "Oh, that makes me look much older, doesn't it?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, good. Look at all the people that are awake. You asked Nelson to come in, didn't you?
Well, I tried. I don't know. We'll see if he He likes to
Jimmy.
get his headset on. He needs to get his
Good
backdrop.
morning. He says, all you beautiful people, happy Labor Day weekend. Yes, it is Labor Day. It is Labor Day. So, wow, 92 people here. And a
Hey,
cat.
kitty cat.
And a kitty cat. Oh, wow. Hold on a second.
My cats are inside. I'm outside.
I hope you guys don't mind if occasionally I don't mute my mic and camera when my nose itches. Look who's here.
Lexi.
The hairdo.
Yay.
Lexi,
Hi,
the
guys.
hairdo. The hairdo. How are you, Lexi? Good to see you.
I'm good. I've just been working a lot. Got my coffee. Working
Atta girl.
Labor Day, so
How's
Are
it
you
getting-
working
tasting?
today too? You working today?
Yep.
Oh, wow. You and me both.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Mitch, there's the hair you need to ask AI to give you.
I'm gonna
Oh,
do
man.
it. I'm gonna
I
do
absolutely need to do it. I need to put a picture of Lexi and me both in the AI and say, move the hair from this person to that person. And it can do it. It can take, I mean, the demonstrations of what you can do, forget the video, just an editing an image. And Google says, well, we put the watermark at the bottom of the image. Well, what's to stop you from going into Photoshop and just cropping it and cropping the watermark out of the image? It's down in the lower right-hand corner. You can get rid of that very easy and still have the image. You know, people.
All right, but first you'll
Whoa.
lock your device.
Google.
Oh, boy.
See how, Google.
it. She's always
She's always listening. Always listening.
Always.
But I don't have it set to work unless my phone's unlocked. Because I don't
Okay.
want her just to start talking. So that happens to me in the morning. You like the fact that you can say the word and she'll just start answering questions.
Yeah.
But you can set it, and I turned it off, supposedly, but where you can't do it when the phone's not unlocked. But she, in the morning, I have a routine, and I have a Google thing on my night table. And I say, hey, you know who?
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. And both the device on my night table and my phone would start doing different things. And I didn't want the phone to react, so I changed the settings that don't allow wake up when the phone's locked. But it still comes on every damn time and says to me, you must unlock your phone before you got it. And
So it's still listening. It's just
I just couldn't. I have to find a setting that turns that off too, without actually disabling it when the phone is
know
unlocked.
On iPhone, if the phone is face down, it doesn't listen.
Yeah, iPhone does that. Maybe even
Face
Google
down,
has
yeah.
a setting. The
Yeah.
problem is there's 100,000 different settings for
Do you have
everything.
do you have any smart stuff in your house, like lights or?
I have smart everything in my house.
Yeah, me too.
All my lights, my thermostat, my alarm system, even my big stereo system in my living room. I can talk to it. It's a pain in the ass.
I have stuff turn on at sunset and
Yeah, me too. All my outside
different-
lights come
different-
on.
different.
Yeah.
As it gets darker, I dim things automatically. My wife, sometimes I'll change something in the house and I'll say, let's see how long it can take before she realizes my front door unlocks when I walk up to it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, and then what happens is this. The internet goes down,
Right, or my thread network breaks apart,
and you go and say,
and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I have to rebuild the whole house."
I
It takes me
can't
2
turn the
days.
lights on. I don't remember how to turn the lights on now. I can't start the coffee pot. Help me.
It happens It happens like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
To redo the whole house. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
it's crazy. So I backed off a little bit from that. I've taken some of the stuff out of the.
Well, you only
taking-
need so many things smart. You know, I've kind of hit that point now, and I'm like, oh, it's all right.
Yeah. Well, I just closed the window that I didn't want to close, so let me get it back open again. Oh my God.
So,
So,
Lexi, how's work, Lexi? It's good.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's some residents at where I work, the older people who are a little sassy
Okay.
and who like to bend the rules. So there's
Oh,
one specifically that I don't think likes me because I hold her accountable. But otherwise, yeah, it's good. Everyone's super nice.
listen, when you meet those people, you just have to kill them with kindness.
Oh yeah, and
That's
I'm,
it.
Or
Yeah,
just kill them, one or the other.
Well, they'll probably do that themselves in the facility. So,
yeah, I try to be nice about it, but yeah, they're used. I work weekends, and so they're used to like there not being staff there, so they can smoke the cigarettes where they want, and
oh,
they can use our copy machine, and they're not supposed to do that. So now that I'm there, they're like kind of irritated about that. So, but it's my job. Like
before you started, there was no one there during the weekend?
they're over the weekends, yeah, and like
Oh, wow.
usually there weren't people there, like a receptionist there on the holidays either.
Are you
So
working tomorrow too, or no?
Mhm.
Oh, nice. You get extra pay tomorrow because of the holiday?
Double pay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be working
Yeah.
tomorrow
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I'll be here in the morning.
Mitch, you
Oh.
probably you'll make less money tomorrow, probably. Or something.
Me?
No, like Mitch.
Oh, I see.
Knowing how things work with Mitch and YouTube, he'll make less money tomorrow. Not
Well,
today.
I don't make any money anyway. It's pathetic, really. It's pathetic.
Gary, what's your
But-
cat's name?
This one's named Sauron.
Sauron. It's a very sci-fi sounding name.
It's Lord of the Rings, right?
Probably knowing that,
Yeah.
I think my daughter named him.
I want to say, just comment something in the chat. Shen said, the microwaves for my AirPods are not good for me, bro. And you're right. And I have decided that, I gave up lots of things. I eat mostly only meat. I need my AirPods.
Yeah. Well, you got to have the
So,
cell phone.
that's
They say, don't keep your cell phone in
Sorry.
your pocket. There's just certain things we do and how long we're going to live. I look at things this way. Some of the things people tell you are so bad for you would take 200 years to do any harm. Well, if
Yeah.
it's going to take 200 years to do any harm, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The odds are that you're not going to be 200 years old and suffering the
Yeah.
consequences.
Dr. Wiederman had a whole video about them, and she's using these wired headphones that have like the sound travels through air from like this part to your ear, so there's like nothing near your head. And I met her at the Boston meetup, and I said, "Listen, Dr. Wiederman, I still use my AirPods. I'm sorry." She goes, "I know." So it's like, what am I gonna do? I enjoy them. So.
Well, it's
And Dr. Berry uses them, like you see him in his videos. Like, come on,
we
like, what, like,
we cannot shield ourselves unless we live in a Faraday cage. You know what a Faraday cage is? A Faraday cage
blocks
is
every
this
signal.
green room. It's like where they fix sensitive electronic equipment. When I was in the military working on all this top secret, sophisticated radio and electronic equipment, we had to work in a Faraday cage, and it's just got metal screening, grounded metal screening. You're in a metal screen cage, and nothing from the outside. You had your cell phone. You walk into the Faraday. Yeah, there was no cell phones then, but
Right.
today, if you have a cell phone, you walk into a Faraday cage. Your reception is gone. The signals cannot get in or out, and if you're not living in a Faraday cage, you're subject to incredible radiation, microwave. Of course, cell phones operate in the same frequencies as your microwave oven. Not as intense, but over a long period of time, exposure to these frequencies does basically bake your brain. And what do we do with cell phones? We decided that the best place to use them is smack up against the side of our head. So people are, maybe if you were to spend all day on the cell phone, not a good idea. But if you talk for 2 minutes once a couple times a day, it's all right. Otherwise, use a speakerphone.
Yeah,
Use a speakerphone.
use speakerphone or just don't talk on the phone.
Well, I don't talk very much at all on the phone. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
talking on the phone, and I don't like texting. which means it leaves me pretty well isolated most of the time.
That's
I
right.
I can't do these long text conversations like some people do.
That's why
Right.
I like video chatting. Me and my
Yeah.
sister will like call each other on Snapchat and just video chat for
Yeah, we
like
prop the phone up, and it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't do as much of that as I could either. But you're right. You're right. That seems to be the best way to do it.
yeah, you get that face-to-face contact too instead of
Mhm.
the texting. I hate texting so much.
Anthony S says kills your eye cells. It kills all cells. I mean, radiation. Dr. Nelson. Oh my God.
Is he here?
Yes. Yes, the celebrity. The big cheese is
Well,
in the house.
I called him out. I called
Yeah,
him
I
out.
know you
gotta
did.
come.
Nelson, man, how are you?
Good morning.
I'm doing great. Hold on. I have a noise coming out of another tab.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, you sound all right here.
And we don't hear it, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm hearing in my ear.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's confusing. So how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. Getting ready in a few minutes to go to one of the theme parks with my wife.
Oh, nice. Which one?
Are we going to SeaWorld?
SeaWorld.
Oh, nice.
Just
Very
yeah, you
nice.
can get. Do they still sell those turkey drumsticks at SeaWorld?
No, that was at Disney.
No,
Uh,
SeaWorld.
they-
SeaWorld.
They
Had
sell
them.
them
They
in
sell
all
turkey.
the
all of them.
all the theme parks. They have them.
Yeah. In
It's
fact,
fair here. Giant turkey legs.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, they were
Yeah.
huge. These things are like ostrich legs, you know.
Well, conspiracy theories say that they are some other kind of bird because they're so big. they-
I would believe it. I would believe it.
They've
Oh,
said that
J
it's
Bug.
ostrich or something like that because they're huge. They're you normally
On the
don't.
way home from the fair with one of those giant turkey legs. Thought it was funny to walk into Kroger at like 11:30 p.m. with a
Just holding it.
big turkey leg just eating off it, and
Walking
acting like a
miles.
man.
Imagine if you're dressed up like Fred Flintstone with a giant turkey leg and you walked into a modern supermarket.
And by the way, I see them in supermarkets as well. Not as big. I think the
Not as
biggest
big.
I've
I've
seen
seen
is
them
at the
in
theme
supermarkets.
parks. But
Yeah.
smoked turkey legs.
Smoked turkey legs.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, just a few days ago, I saw one.
The
Yeah,
most
I've
tasteless
bought them before. When
the
they were on
most
sale, and they're pretty
tasteless
good.
thing you can eat. God, they're horrible if you really think about it. They-
Yeah, it's not bad.
And Lois, it did take me a while because I had to do my hair and makeup.
Yeah, I know.
Actually,
I have the same
fix your
problem
face,
every
Dr. Nelson,
morning.
fix
I
your
have the
face.
same problem. Everyone, we
I had
We
to get up at 5 a.m. to get ready for this.
We use talcum powder.
yeah, talcum powder. Little bit of Carnivore wax. You know, you put a little wax in your hand, you shine it up real good, buff it out. Listen, Nelson,
You
they're
were
just
you guys
jealous.
were talking about AI, and I created a storybook for my grandson. He's gonna be 2, and he loves airplanes. So I created a 10-page little book with a nice story, but I lost it. It just disappeared. And normally the AI I'm using for that
Saves everything.
saves it automatically. So I had to create a second one.
Oh no!
What are you using, Dr. Nelson? Because I know you're using a lot of advanced stuff with our certification course and
Yeah, it is the
Mhm.
Gemini suite.
Okay.
I do pay for a premium version.
Yep.
And AI is not as intelligent as it seems, though. Just
Well, but it really
you
is
ask
depending on
it-
what you put into it. You know?
you ask it to produce something, and then you have to review it and say, "Hey, it's not that way." Takes multiple prompts sometimes.
That's why I
let's
use
see.
Photoshop. I just moved the pixels around.
Yourself.
What moved, and I'm the one that makes. But it takes time. The AI is amazing with some of the stuff that you can do.
Yeah,
If I
so
was,
I have
what's-
that's the cover
Oh,
for my
cool.
grandson.
oh, cool, that's cool.
Are you gonna have it printed like a bound, or are you gonna just print it yourself?
I am looking into it. I'd like
You
to because
should.
his birthday is coming. It's in 20 days, so I'm looking into having like any other children's book you will buy. You know, they're usually not many pages, but they come child resistant because they'll
Yep.
tear them apart if the pages are not strong and
Hmm.
the cover. We'll see.
How old's
I'm,
he? Isn't he
I'm,
like 2 years old? Or how old is he?
he's gonna
He's
be
gonna
2,
be
right?
2. He's
Yeah,
gonna be
okay. I thought I heard you say that. Yeah, he'll
Mhm.
destroy it. He'll destroy it. You need to make
No.
the cover out of Kevlar so he,
And these
bite proof.
kids, it's amazing when you give them books at a young age. They learn what the front of the book, the back of the book. They will learn how to hold the book in the right orientation. They learn how to turn the pages. It's great. And then once they get to school, they're experts already and how to handle a book. So it's good.
Yeah.
Uh, I see a lot of chat about AI here. Yeah,
I use
anti-intelligence.
ChatGPT every day.
Do you
And
really?
I do. I use it for everything from like if I'm trying to figure out like macros for a meal that I'm eating. Like, why should I have to do the math in my head? I just ask it. I tell it what to do, and it does everything for me.
Yeah,
Everything.
I
Everything.
saw I
I
saw
I wish
something.
it wasn't so expensive to buy the premium. ChatGPT
I,
is like $20 a month.
yeah,
Like, no
but
way.
I mean,
It's
what? How much is
$5
that
maybe I
really?
would.
If it's the tools, if it's something that's that valuable for you, $20 a month
Well,
is a bargain.
but I can also live with the free version then. I
Well,
just can't make so many pictures, which
For
I'm not doing that.
for
It really is text.
for a lot of things, the free versions are more than adequate.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're
for my
definitely
use
more
they
than
are because
adequate.
I don't want to use it. I don't want to
Or
depend on it. I saw a video basically claiming, and I didn't watch the video, but I saw the thumbnail. It says, basically that the American collective IQ is just going down. People have stopped thinking, especially young people, and rely on these computer tools for
Mhm.
everything. And it's becoming the end of critical thinking.
Mhm.
It can't end well for society.
I tried to use AI like last year when I was taking biology, and what I would do is like I would copy and paste certain paragraphs in my textbook, which was online, and I'd put it in Google Gemini and I'd ask it to like summarize it in high school at a high school level just so it would be easier to understand. But then I realized like I was just making myself dumber because I wasn't practicing reading like a textbook at a college level. So I just stopped doing that. But
Good.
yeah, so
My son went back to school and he's using AI to help
mhm,
him study.
mhm.
Can't give you details about what he does, but uh, and he's 37, soon to be 38,
I can imagine
and
if I was in college, if I had AI. Oof.
so whenever I get into a jam on my computer or with any, I just call him up and say, "Hey, help me here."
I think
Anyway,
it's good when like because I also did this thing where I would copy and paste and I would ask Google Gemini to like give me quiz questions. That was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And just to summarize things, it's amazing just to summarize things, bullet things out. I
Yep.
love using it for that.
Yeah.
Like for example, my boss is going to be doing a Zoom meeting with all the teachers in our district on Wednesday because the first day of school in New York City is on Thursday. So he's going to do a welcome to all the teachers and kind of what our priorities are for this new school year. I'm going to upload his presentation slides to ChatGPT and say use these slides to write a welcome email to all the teachers also, and it will pull all of his key things. It'll write the email, and then I can send that after his video meeting with them. And it like, why should I have to rewrite that? It's already in the slides. It's amazing. So,
Look who got out of bed. Finally.
well, I think he just ended his live stream. His
No,
live stream just
from
ended.
yesterday. Good morning,
It ended
Rick.
at, it ended at 6 o'clock to get ready for this one. Yeah.
Well, I want to see, Nelson. I want to
what?
see an AI
We got a refill. I'll
generated
be right back.
image of you with Kiltz's hair and and that big beard that they put on me.
Well, the beard will 100% of the time be AI generated because I don't grow a beard. If I shave once a week, it's too much.
I'm the same way. I shave my face every 3 or 4 days, electric razor, and I trim my beard about every 10 days. I have a shears with a fence on it. I use it for my hair too. I don't get haircuts anymore. I just stand in front of the mirror, put a towel on the floor, and stand on the towel and just go to town.
I never grow anything resembling a beard, even if I didn't shave for 2 months.
This works out pretty good. I used to have a beard, but it was so sparse on the sides. I said, it just looks scraggly. Let me just make a goatee out of it. So that's what I did. And that's settled. But I've had, Nelson, and I got to tell you, nobody on the planet Earth that's alive today, including my own children, has seen me without a beard. Ever. Ever. I've had this beard nonstop. Nonstop. Since 1970. Never shaved it off.
Yes,
Trimmed it down. Never shaved it off.
I could have tried to grow a beard since 1970, and you would still not notice it.
Well, no, that's good. I've always had strange hair patterns. Anyway, I've lost the hair on my legs. I never had really hairy legs. I have a mildly hairy chest, but I don't have any hair on my back like so many men do. I don't look like a gorilla. I don't have hairy arms. My arms are almost free of hair now. But on top of my head, obviously, is gone. But I've always had pretty thick hair right around this part of my beard here. So I kind of grew it in the first place because the way back then when Telly Savalas was popular and the bald thing was becoming popular, and I said, well, let's not worry about it. Let's just celebrate it. So let's grow a beard instead.
Now,
and
I could grow hair, and I have pictures where I look very similar to Lexi, actually.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That would be great. Oh man, you should do that. You should do that. Well, I don't know if you know it, but I'm Jewish. I never hide the fact that I'm Jewish, okay? And many Jews from certain tribes, the original 12 tribes of Israel, there's many tribes that had very curly hair. In fact, back in the 60s and 70s, they used to call that a Jew-fro. A Jew-fro. I mean, it was the Jews and the blacks had to vie for who had the best looking fro. I was never like that. If I was, I'd look like Lexi because I loved it, but I couldn't do it. My hair was wavy and totally unmanageable. It would wave, and I couldn't wait to get rid of it.
Yeah. Rumor has it that in the 70s, I may have had a fro like that.
Yeah, man. And there's still a guy today, a Jewish kid named Jared Polin. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's got a big YouTube channel, photography channel, does camera reviews and all that. And the name of his channel is Fro Knows Photo, because he's got this gargantuan Jew fro, and he still wears it to this day, and that's his trademark. So, but Paul Simon, not Art Garfunkel. There's one. If you ever remember old pictures of Simon and Garfunkel, go this big Jew fro going on. But it was great. I was envious as hell. I was one of those. Why? I saw you, Lexi. I said, "Oh, I love that hair, man."
Oh, thank you.
I have to. If I do anything with AI, it might be to put a head of hair on me like that and see what happens.
I do have to get going, guys. I got to start getting ready for work.
Bye, Lexi.
Okay,
Good seeing
Lexi.
you.
Well, always good to see you, man. Thanks for
Have a
coming
great
in.
day.
Make
Bye,
that
guys.
money tomorrow. Make that money.
Yep, make that money. Make hay while the
How's the
sun
weather?
shines.
How's the weather in Florida? Is it getting cooler yet or no?
Well, it's not too hot. Not too hot. We're hovering around an average every day. For this coming week, will be around 90 where I live. It's not too bad. It's not as hot as it was when I lived in Philadelphia for the summertime.
It is. It is. Where's it by you, Dr. Nelson?
It's 74 right now in Central Florida.
It is 58 degrees in New York City. And it is beautiful.
I'll bet.
Fall is in the air. And I love my
Well,
favorite,
you're
my
not through
favorite
yet
season.
because you got Indian summer. We all remember Indian
Yeah.
summer. They get hot in September.
Well,
Got a question here.
Fall is in the air right now. Oh, question.
Question, yes. Good. I'm trying to. I always lose track of the. I don't want to lose track of the chat. I don't want the people in the chat to be left out. So I'm trying to keep an eye on it. But that necessitates me interrupting now and then. But up.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, let me finish this question and then I will get to none other than himself. The leucine is very subtle. It's very subtle. It's very hard to know the effect of some of these supplements, even a month after you start taking them. The reason I take the leucine is basically just to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. Okay? How do you tell? I'm not going at my age going to put on pounds of muscle anyway. So I think maybe it's working, but I think maybe it's working. Oh, wow, look at this. But I can't tell for sure yet, but I know it's not hurting me. And I know when I feel my arm muscle, when I feel my bicep, that, see, it's still, I feel like, see that? That's my right arm. That's my bad arm. Okay, that's somebody who has been 6 months of wasting away, basically. And 1 month of leucine and doing curls only every third day. So
Looking good.
is that evidence that it's working? I can walk further. I walked yesterday further, and I'm going to start. I walked 3,500 steps yesterday, according to my watch. I mean, I was lucky to get out 1,000 steps in a day hobbling around the house. So if that's an indication, then yes, it's working.
I wonder how accurate those are, because if I walk with my wife a lot, if we go wherever we go, walking the same distance, I register different than hers on the steps. That's my first license.
Holy, oh my God.
I was 16. I was 16 there.
I love it, Dr. Nelson.
You need to put that as your avatar
You
on
did
your
make that,
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And a fanfare. He's laughing at you there, Rick.
Well, I don't blame Ducky for doing that. I've been struggling with Comcast this morning and having a lot of fun.
What happened, Rick?
No internet.
I got up in the morning. I had no internet. I go to my living room. I look at the modem. The light is blinking. I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? Did a rat eat the cable? And I'm looking all around, and no, everything looks fine. And I had to call Comcast, 1-800-COMCAST, and go through the menu, and then go through the Indian or whatever tech support specialist, then eventually with the manager, and blah, 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 back and forth, nobody there. And then finally I get somebody who knows what they're talking about. It's like, look, I got no internet. Oh, do you have your modem? Yes. Did you unplug it? Yes, I've done it like 20 times. You know the whole routine.
Yeah, you know what to do.
And then, let's do a test from our end. They're like, oh, whatever. And then I look at the modem. All of a sudden, I see the light go on and off. I go, okay, something's going on. And then it starts working. It says, okay, is it good now? Yeah, it looks like it's working. I go to my computer and I can go online. Oh, damn, what is that?
Oh, so it was Comcast then. It wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
They had to reboot it remotely or change a setting or do something. A lot of times when that's happened, a lot of times they know exactly what the problem is. It's a problem that's not, it's happened, for example, they did a software, they pushed a software, a firmware update, and bricked your modem. They know what the problem is. Simply rebooting it doesn't help. They have to go in there and they have to push a fix and then reboot it. They're never going to admit that to you. Never, ever, ever. They're going to fix it. They're going to do things you never could have done yourself. They're going to fix it, and they're going to say, well, because they will not admit that they caused the problem. And they've done that to me, and I call them on it every time. I say, who do you think you're talking to here?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Yeah.
I said, why didn't you just tell me right off the bat? You pushed the firmware update and bricked my modem. Why didn't you just say those words? I would have been very understanding and say, great, fix it. We could save ourselves a half an hour of bullshit on the phone. But they're not allowed to do that. You know where I had that problem? I got a device on my house from Moen, the faucet people. Yeah, it's called a Flow, F-L-O.
Is that the one where the pipe breaks and it turns your water off?
It turns your water off, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I live
I've
in
installed those.
I live in this old house with the old cheap plastic plumbing that cracks, and always getting leaks. And I said, this is absurd. I don't want to see any more $500 water bills so I put the thing on, and it will not work really unless it's communicating on the internet with their servers. Now, their servers kept going down all the time. Half the time, I could turn my water valve on and off, and half the time I couldn't. And I spend more time arguing with their tech support. Whose fault is it this time? Is it my thing or is it your thing? Well, they would never, ever, ever admit. And I finally had a come to Jesus moment with them and said, listen, folks, you don't know who you're talking to here. I know how this works. I know you're not fooling me, so let's just get this fixed. And you guys, evidently, get your server, get some new equipment that doesn't keep failing on your end so that this stuff on our end and it took them years, but they finally got it reliable. And it's just the most tremendous tool in the world. If you worry about having a plumbing leak destroy your whole house because something inside a wall broke. I've since had my whole house replumbed.
Yeah, we know.
That was a real adventure with that. I finally got that done after 1 year of my plumber having kidney problems.
Ugh.
I'm serious. Everybody that goes to work for me gets sick. It's crazy.
You were saying that.
He had the flu first, and then
and then he had kidney problems, and he almost thought he was going to die. But he finally got back. Oh, there's another one. Look at that head of hair. Holy cow!
Wow, that's thick.
Wow, Nelson, that's great. That's great.
Where are you finding these pictures, Nelson? Is someone like scanning them old pictures in and stuff like that? My dad's in the process of doing all that stuff.
Well, I did scan them at some point. Right now, they are on Google Photos.
Oh, Google Photos, yeah, that's great.
I mean, that was 100 years ago, so obviously they didn't have digital cameras back then.
I know the month and the year, and that was Thanksgiving week in 1979. By the way,
79. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Where's I in 79?
I gotta go.
Well, great to see you. Great to see you this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Hello.
Do some work and then go to SeaWorld.
Have a great
See you
time.
tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Everybody.
I guess
All right.
Tilts is coming on at 10 this morning, isn't he?
Oh yeah, probably.
Most likely. We call
That's
the Sundays. We call it the Kills Only show.
Yeah. Well, it's good once in a while. It's good to do that. Good practice for him. You tell him I said hello, okay?
All right. You have a
All
great
right.
day.
All right, Dr.
Thanks
Nelson,
for coming.
Thanks for stopping in.
Bye-bye.
That was nice. That
It
was
was
nice.
good, yeah. I knew
That
he'd
was-
come in. If he was in the chat,
That's great. I like Nelson. Nelson went out of his way when I had my stroke. He came and visited me, in the rehab. He came out to my house. He brought me that ice cream machine, which I I'll never
Burnt.
forgive him. I'll never forgive him for that. But what a nice gesture. A sweetest guy, one of the sweetest guys in the world. Present company excluded. How's that?
Thank you.
He's a gem of a human being. He really is. And a miraculous transformation.
Mhm.
I'm sure he saved his life on Carnivore. I got an interesting, everybody wanted to blame my stroke on Carnivore. I mean, everybody in the medical community. Hi, Milton.
Black Cats Unite.
Yep.
Gary's Black Cat
Sunday
left.
morning cat house with Mitch. But everybody want to blame my stroke. I got a comment on a video yesterday, which I was happy to see. And this person said, I had 4 strokes 5 years ago and went carnivore and haven't had another problem since. Now that's the kind of stuff that I want to believe in. Yeah.
Encouraging. Yeah. Encouraging stuff.
Encouraging. I think that the best thing, and it was a hard decision, the best decision I made, because I'm 6 months out now. So as he start to run away from whatever caused that, the big concern is, am I doing anything that might make it more likely to happen again? Or how do you know? Because I was carnivore when I had the stroke, but I also had the head injury, and I want to blame that surgery for that. But I want to hear more of this. I had so many strokes, and then I went carnivore, and I haven't had one since. That's what I want to hear. I had malignant melanoma skin cancer, which is deadly. It's about 7 or 8 years now. I want to know that what I'm doing, and I'm pretty well sure, having gone carnivore, going low carb, cut out seed oils, been keto for a while, all the cancer and the recurring cancers and the pre-cancers stopped. So I'm pretty convinced now that nobody can tell me that eating carnivore is going to cause cancer. Period. It doesn't mean I'm immune to it, but my chances of getting a recurrence of it are less likely. And I'd like to know, and pretty soon you have to observe enough about carnivore to say, well, obviously, it doesn't aggravate any condition.
Yeah.
It just
Only help.
It only helps. Either you don't see any change, or you're going to see a positive change. But
I'm telling you, last week I was in the sun every day. We were in North Carolina, and I did not wear sunscreen. And I was aware of it. I had it, and I was watching if I needed it, and I did not burn. And again, I'm not sure if it's that we're eating a lot more fat and meat, or if it's really about what we're not eating.
What it is, the sunburn. There's Ellen. Ellen said, "Good morning, Ellen." Ellen
I told
says,
Ellen, get in here.
"What a lucky lady you are." Yes. How often do you get to wake
Ellen,
up
we'll
to
give you a big square. You
this?
won't be in the corner. We'll give you a big square today.
My theory, and I didn't invent this, but it makes a lot of sense, is that
I think it's the seed oils.
well, no, it's the plant sterols, phytosterols. Phytosterols are a plant's version of our cholesterol. Okay, all of our skin cells, the membranes of those cells, are made of animal cholesterol. It's been shown in laboratory tests that after a number of years of being a vegetarian or eating nothing but plant, your body starts relying on these plant sterols as a substitute building material for your cell walls, which is where I came up with Plant Man. We are turning ourselves into plant man eating that stuff. Now, what is the purpose of this? The epithelial cells, the external cells on a plant, is to capture
Photosynthesis.
sunlight.
So you're saying when we sunburn, it's because we're trying
It's
to
because
we're doing photosynthesis.
we're becoming a plant. We are replacing. It takes the body, and this has also been shown in experiments, at least 2 years to get rid
All right,
of all the
so I don't
plant
think
cells and
I don't
replace them back with animal cholesterol.
I don't think Amy's here, but I think that's what we need to do next. She's been making the superheroes. Now we need the villain, Plant Man.
Plant Man. Yeah, I did that. I
All
had a video.
sunburned.
I used AI. It's one time I used AI to generate Plant Man. It was a guy who had stuff growing out of his head and his ears, and but that's what we're
Loretta.
doing. That's what we're doing to ourselves. We are replacing animal physiology with
So funny.
plant physiology, and it's killing our brains. It's making us susceptible to sun. And then what do? We make it worse. We need sunlight. We need certain things from it. We block it all out now. And then we put chemicals on our skin called sunscreen.
Yeah,
And then
I
we
really
get
don't wanna do
poison
that.
from that shit.
Not me.
Yeah, I really don't want to use it.
Me neither. I go out and walk. I don't wear a hat anymore out in the sun. I don't go out in the mid-afternoon sun. Yes, it's hot. You
know how
gotta-
after you're in the sun for a long time, like you might feel like tightness in your skin, like when you move your face.
I don't
Like
have that anymore.
I got to that point, but then the next day my tan was like great. It
Yeah,
was not
it's
red. It was not
because-
painful. It was good.
You're built out of cholesterol. And what do we do in our infinite wisdom?
Lower
We
cholesterol.
give you drugs to take your cholesterol away. And along with your cholesterol goes your testosterone.
What part
And
of North Carolina?
become girly men because yeah, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. What you got there, Rick? Is that one of those gizmos that makes you invisible, like they have in the
It's a
science fiction
his
movies?
his blood pressure monitor.
Or blood pressure.
How close I am to my heart attack.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's see if you're alive today.
yeah.
Last time it was like 30 over something ridiculous. He was
Well, they
basically
say that
dead.
the foremost authorities on virtually everything, they say that the wrist things are not real good. You should need upper arm cuff.
I used upper arm cuff too. Yeah, that's one I use.
I have one of those too.
You know how I feel about measuring anything. I'm at the point now where I take my blood pressure once a month, maybe. I don't even worry about it anymore. A blood test. I don't care. I don't want to know. I'm going on this. Don't micromanage. Don't measure. There you
Nice,
go,
that's
Rick.
great.
113. I said perfect.
59.
Which-
Perfect.
Since
And
you
that's
eat
even
nothing
after
but meat,
Comcast.
Rick, I don't know how that's
Yes.
possible because
Comcast stress.
after all, Rick, don't you eat meat? How is that possible to be healthy if you eat nothing but meat?
I don't know. I think I died and nobody told me.
Nobody told you, yeah. Yeah, well, come
Just
back
like
in
I got
100
skin
years and ask me.
cancer and sunburn and all the other problems.
You know, it really is amazing in our community that the two different camps are regarding tracking things.
Well,
And you know, Dr. Kiltz is so adamant about not.
that's why I'm in
and
his camp.
Dr.
So many of the
Nelson-
things. Yeah.
But Dr. Nelson is less like that.
What is that noise I hear?
It says on Gary's side. He muted
Oh,
himself.
okay. Okay.
But like Dr. Nelson is more open to tracking things and he has different, he used to be diabetic, so there's that and
And he had a stroke
he had a stroke, right.
yeah, and I can
So-
understand where he's coming from.
I think it's fine if you don't want to track, don't track. But if things aren't working for you, maybe you should look into certain
Well,
things.
absolutely. I always say
You
that.
know?
I always say that.
Yeah.
People say, my philosophy is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But there
Correct.
are things that don't manifest themselves early
Right.
enough to fix it, like colon cancer, things like that. And yeah, once in a blue moon, you should know if you have high blood pressure or not. But the problem with that is the way they measure blood pressure in the medical community. They always measure it when you're having some emergency.
Medical
Yeah,
emergency,
of course it's going to be sky high. And then what they do, instead of realizing that maybe that you're not relaxed when they're taking it. Maybe you're in great pain. Like when I had my kidney stones, I was writhing on the floor and they're measuring my blood pressure and then alarmed that it's 190 over 110.
Right.
And what do
Are
they
you
do? The
kidding me?
first thing they do is they want to inject me with massive doses of beta blockers and things like that. Come on, think. You go to a doctor's office, if you walk in before you even sit down, I got a blood pressure cuff on your arm. It's always going to be high. You're
Yep.
supposed to relax. You're supposed to do it at the same time every morning. Establish a baseline of.
I don't take my blood pressure that often anymore. I take it more if I have a doctor's appointment coming up. Maybe like the few weeks before, I'll take it just so I can have the data to show them. Because sometimes I get white coat syndrome in the doctor's office.
Yeah, I have terrible white coats, and that's why I don't care about doctors. I have nothing to prove to them anymore. I don't care what they think. I don't want to know what they think. Stay away from me. If I break something, sew it together, splint it. But stay out of my cellular metabolism. They are ignorant and dangerous people. I can't tell you the contempt, in case you haven't, the contempt that I have, especially after my treatment when I had the stroke. They screwed up by the numbers. They screwed up when I fell and hit my head. They screwed up by the numbers there, which ended up with me having brain surgery. Keep your hands off me. And I tell them that, which makes me an uncooperative patient. And then it makes it worse for you. So I just need to figure out some way to stay away from the whole thing. Stay away from the whole thing. And if I stop feeling good, if I feel like something really bad is happening, more than likely it's going to be some pathogen, some bacteria, some virus, something like that, and it'll go away on its own. But if anything comes, then I'll start worrying about blood tests. You know that I had an offer to show you guys, to prove to you guys that I put my principles way ahead of money, because I have in my whole life.
You said you were talking to a lab.
LabCorp. They were whining and dying. They wanted me to sell their lab tests, and I'll tell you what the deal was, because I'm not doing it. The deal was they pay me 100% of what any new patient does on their first test. So if you sign up for LabCorp and buy one of the men's panel, with $695, I get it. The whole $695, but I'll never get it.
First time.
Yeah,
right.
I'll never get another penny. So there's no loyalty, no vested interest in bringing in a repeat customer, which is how businesses need to work to make money. It means you are constantly having to sell people on the idea of testing their blood. How hypocritical would I be?
You would have to be convincing us to do that every 3 months to make.
Right. Well, no, I'd have to find new people to do it every 3 months. Right. What a hypocrite would I be? How far against my real beliefs and morals and ethics would I be shilling to hook people into getting unnecessary blood tests? I can't live with myself.
Yeah, even if that wasn't the deal, I can't see you pushing that at all.
You know how much money I could have made with that? I could have made a lot of money, more money than I'm making on any other thing I do on YouTube. But I can't do it.
It's very interesting you should say that, because another carnivore influencer recently did a video, and I think LabCorp was the partner in that video.
Well, everybody's doing. Look at what.
And now I know the deal, and he's making a lot of money.
Athletic Greens. Remember that?
Yeah, that's Dr. Barry's favorite.
AG1, the biggest fraud that ever hit the supplement business was AG1. Who was pushing that stuff? Everybody. They were paying enormous commissions, 50%. You pay $100 a month for a little bag of that shit, and whoever the influencer was that got you hooked would get $50 a month from it. These people. Huberman, supposedly the rock of science, Andrew Huberman, made a fortune with Athletic Greens. That stuff is pure green powdered poison. There's no doubt about it. Everything in there is bad for you. Everything.
Yep.
If it's powdered and it's green, and it comes
Don't
from
eat it.
plants, it's poison. And they hang on to that stuff even after the accusations of fraud and all that started flying. Guys in the carnivore community, I lost all my respect for Huberman. I used to take things he said seriously. And maybe he's right on so many things, but I have no respect for that clown anymore. None. These people sell themselves out. I refuse to do it and ask for a cup of coffee, and that makes me the greedy guy. I can't win. I can't win. Can't win. But I love playing anyway. I love playing. I had a good time. I'm actually having more fun in life now than I've had in a long time.
That'll keep you alive longer.
It will. That's why I can't quit even in the face of some of these things that just aggravate the piss out of me. I can't quit, so I'm going to be who I am, and people that don't like me, you go away. And people that like me, they realize that at least there's a dose of reality in here somewhere. AG1 LOL, a joke, says me that, yeah, this stuff is any multivitamin. I got a question yesterday I answered, or Friday, about multivitamins. And I said the same thing, why would you want to put all that shit in your body? You don't know what it is. You don't need it. So I supplement a few things and I'm doing it as a strategy. The leucine, I think it's starting to work. I see my muscle mass is increasing. Okay. I'm not working out that hard, so it might be doing something. So I'm going to continue to do that. It can't hurt me because leucine is just an amino acid, and it's in almost everything we eat anyway. Mm-hmm. The strategy of taking it as a supplement is very simple. Take it before you eat anything, first thing in the morning, so that the body, when it goes looking for nutrients, it's the only nutrient to be found, basically. And what it'll do is it'll really stimulate. You'll cram it into your system. It'll stimulate muscle protein synthesis, which muscles need to rebuild. And you'll get more benefit from the leucine that way than you would if you just got it from your food. Because every animal food contains leucine. It's very prevalent. And a few extra grams a day is not going to help you. And the strategy is to mix it with the coffee. Because evidently the caffeine and all that stuff going in at one time really kind of opens up the floodgates into the cells and lets the cells get a good dose of this stuff and stimulate the protein synthesis. I understand that. I don't see that there's a downside or could be a downside to it. Then the creatine is another thing that makes a lot of sense, especially as you get older, because that's like a backup battery for your cells. You understand how creatine works? Louis, do you know?
No. I mean, just from your...
Creatine is another compound that's in most animal food. We all have creatine in us. We all eat it. And what it does is we all have in each one of our cells a certain level of creatine phosphate. Creatine phosphate is a backup energy source to adenosine triphosphate. The key is in the term phosphate. We get our energy from phosphate groups, swapping electrons, swapping protons across a membrane of our mitochondria like a battery. Okay, and we are battery powered basically at the lowest level. We take all this chemistry to generate this ATP, and then we use that ATP by swapping out the energy, the one proton. It's like a battery using some of its charge. And then we go through the big, long chemical process again of recharging and remaking another ATP. But ATP becomes ADP, adenosine diphosphate. That has two phosphate groups. Well, creatine comes along and has a phosphate group attached to it. In that phosphate group, there is potential energy, because we don't realize it, how fast these reactions happen in our cells. Think of this. Everybody talks about having ATP. You have in your muscle cells a 3-second supply of ATP. 3 seconds. 3-second supply. If you don't start quickly remaking ATP at a breakneck pace, in 3 seconds you'd be hitting the wall. So what happens is when we start using energy in bursts of things like sprints and things, we probably run the first 3 seconds on our ATP that's been stored and rely on, like a hot water heater that has a instant hot water thing that,
the tank
the tank is empty, but I can make hot water as fast as you can use it. Well, normally the human cells can make ATP as fast as we need it to be made, but not to the point where we can go on forever like that, because the chemistry behind it runs out. Okay. So you're talking about these things 100,000 times a second, the cycle of that little protein motor spinning, making ATP 100,000 times a second. It's so fast. It's whirring constantly. This stuff goes on 24 hours a day in every one of our cells. We never stop. Okay. The extra phosphate group attached to the creatine is there to be used when it's getting to the point where ATP ain't doing the job anymore, and you're working out, you're using heavy weights, you've got that last rep going. We've all been there. You're pushing and it ain't going. It ain't moving anymore. And that shows you that you can't make enough ATP. Well, at that point, if the creatine levels, the level of creatine phosphate in your cells is at maximum, 100%, instead of the 70% that it normally sits at, that will give you 10 to 15% more energy. So instead of doing 10 reps, you will have the reserve to push that 11th rep. It also works that way in our brain. It's a backup, like a backup battery for your phone. And it's drawn on one. The thing is just
Rick,
about.
what is this, Rick? Are you trying to tempt Milton?
I don't know what Rick's doing, but he's sure interrupting me and my
And then he's
speech.
wondering why his internet is down. He had all these cables and everything.
Yeah. I don't know what you're doing there, Rick,
What
but
is
it's very distracting to me when I'm trying to pontificate about biochemistry.
Yeah, we're getting a physiology lesson over here. You
Yes.
know, and then someone's going to comment about Mitch not knowing what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, I get that all the time. Yeah.
I know.
But this is how it works. This is how it works. And the reason that I can be so sure, but the people don't get this, can be so sure about why I know what I'm doing is right, is because I understand these things at levels deeper than most doctors or medical professionals do. I know the chemistry. I know how it works. I visualize these little molecules swapping protons. I know where along the chain. And if we know anything, people do know enough to say that makes sense and that does. The average person, they don't have any idea, and they never will, and nor should they. Everybody can't live their life with a curiosity like I have. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've always said, I'd rather be one of these guys could live on a farm with a couple of junk pickup trucks in the front yard, just sitting on a rocket on the porch being happy, you know. I could never do that. I could never. I've got a insatiable curiosity. So
Tuca just arrived. He didn't know about the time change.
Oh, okay. Good morning, Tuca. Well, it's a little late because we're about ready to end it, but we'll see you on Thursday night. And next Sunday, you'll remember. I wondered where you were this morning.
Oh, and about the time changing 9 to 9 o'clock on Sunday or whatever you were saying in the beginning. Are you able to do a poll in the community tab of YouTube?
I can, but I don't like to do those things. Most people don't bother with them.
I mean, just some other way, you know.
Well, look, we got 160. We got average attendance this morning. It's fine. I was just worried about nobody coming to the panel and at 7, but you guys are all awake. So what is
Yeah.
what is that that you're showing me, Rick?
No, he's
Right.
using it to make Milton attack.
Oh, okay.
Milton started attacking. This is something I'm going to put in this morning. Milton's blocking my. Get off of there,
But
Milton.
what is it?
This is the door handle for the side door of my van.
Oh,
fixed
I know
it
what
on
it
the
is.
back.
Yeah.
They use these goofy little cables that have plastic in them. Where's the other one? Here's the other one. So they sell these metal ends that you can put on there to replace the plastic end that broke off. And I fixed them last night. I just didn't put it in. So I want to put it in this morning. But Milton over here is driving me crazy. He keeps getting in front of the computer. And he was playing with it. He grabbed it. He pulled it out. And then, stop it. Crazy animal.
Thank you, Loretta. That's a compliment. The only carnivore I prioritize. Thank you. Thank you
There
so
you
much.
go. I was also going to say that nobody ever offers me to sell anything because they know that I'm the de-influencer. I'll never sell their stuff.
Well, and that's why I just finally got to the point.
Company.
I finally got to the point where I said, I could make more money selling lab tests to people in this community than virtually anything else, but I can't do it. I wrestled with it, but I said, I can't. And my excuse is, well, everybody's doing it. Well, I can't live that way. I never could. I sleep at night, and if I sleep with a little less money, I'll sleep with a little less money. But if you need lab tests, they're better. It should be a reason. Sometimes lab tests are very good to determine any supplementation that you need, because there are times
Don't
like
supplement unless you
vitamin
need
D.
it.
Do you need to take a vitamin D supplement? I don't know. Go to the lab, find out what your levels of vitamin D are. That makes sense. But this business about going in for lipid panels and cholesterol and all that is all marketing nonsense that gives your medical community an excuse to take your money and prescribe poison. And then the supplement industry, holy cow.
Yeah.
A corruption is crazy. So I have a reason why I'm experimenting with the leucine and the creatine. It's been a month. I know that it takes 2 to 3 weeks for the creatine levels to maximize in your cells when you're supplementing. 5 grams a day. You had the option initially to preload. You want to really start feeling the benefits from the creatine. For the first couple of weeks, take 20 grams a day, and you'll get those levels up. But after a month, it would make no difference how those levels got. It's like a gas tank. You either fill your gas tank from a fire hose size line, or you fill it from a normal gas station. Sooner or later, the tank's going to get full, and then at that point, all you need to do is keep it full. Well, that's the way it is with creatine. No need to preload, no benefit.
Tuka just wants to make sure that we tell you that that the 7 a.m. on Sundays is fine. He just forgot. It's not.
Okay, Tuka. That's great. Well, I didn't think.
He didn't realize.
You of all people should be less affected by that, because unless you normally do things Sunday afternoon out there. But that's good. I'm glad to see you're here. Yeah, this Sunday morning thing's turning out to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
turning out
I like it.
Yeah, and I'll keep it at 7. I don't really want to change. I like it. I like to be done. Even it's almost 8:30. I can still go out for a walk. I walked yesterday. I'm going to take the day off. I'm going to walk tomorrow. I'll probably go in my little gym and work on maybe arms and that. But I think that the leucine is helping.
Your arms look better than mine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When I do this, okay, that's starting to come back, and it's hard, and that's what I'm looking for a skinny old man who doesn't know the meaning of the word sarcopenia.
Yeah,
I think I'm doing okay.
Your bones are in bad shape.
Doing better than anybody I know.
Yeah, and for somebody that can, I could do 20 squats right now.
Nice.
Even with my imbalance, as long as I can do 20. I haven't gotten down on the floor yet to do push-ups, but I am using resistance bands, and my triceps are starting to harden up again. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to that fellow who told me, you know, I'm a skinny old man and wasting away to nothing, need to learn what sarcopenia is and start eating more
I know
complete
you have to just.
protein.
And I know you ignore those, but
Well, I do, but they make
but you
great.
also talk about them all the time, which means I know you're still thinking about
Well,
them.
no, I talk about
You
them
know.
because it makes great
Content.
content to talk about that stuff. It makes great content. That's a rant.
Ow!
I rant because it's entertaining to
Bad
hear
kid.
me rant in most cases, I think. Hey, retired
everyone
Rick's here.
have,
How you doing, retired
yeah,
Rick? We
yeah,
got
yeah.
retired Rick and unretired Rick in the house all at the same time.
We have retired Rick and never to be retired Rick.
Yes, and CB is here. That's retired Rick. What happened to CB? There he is. Hi, CB. How you doing? Mitch, you need to. Yeah. Joke. Yeah. What is that noise?
It's time for Mitch. My
Oh,
longest
cool.
30 alarm. Look at people setting alarms for you.
Hey, Gary, I'm glad you got up this morning. Been great having you here.
Yeah. When I woke
Coffee's
up
gone.
at 3 a.m., I didn't think I was going to make it.
And not once this morning did I need my I don't care button.
Well, that's what we do here.
Hey, Mitch, we don't care.
That's my New York I don't care right there.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never
boy.
thought this button would bring me that much joy. Rick, yeah, so you need an I don't care button.
Yeah, I need a button that says duck it. Duck it.
Duck it, yeah, duck it.
I got one of those easy buttons. I hacked it one time to play different sayings. I need to find it. I'll just reprogram it.
Well, you know, I can do that with my mixer here. Basically, it has 6 buttons on it. That you know, 6. Let me get over there so you can see it. Let's bring in this scene here. There's 6 buttons in these banks. They don't say anything on them, but up on the screen it shows you what, and you change banks by pushing this button here.
Yeah,
It
like
changes-
pages, yeah.
Yeah, pages. And so that means there's room for 60, and it can be a video file, an audio file, a sound effect. Give you anything. You can program it to do anything. So you just push one button. And I have these things pushed where I have the music that I use the most. This button is that one. This button is that one. This button is my happy music. And it worked great. This is my applause. This is my bell. See? And they're all in the same bank, and that's the one I use mostly. Then I have a separate bank for just quacks. That's for you, Rick. You got to make sure like that, yeah. So we can do that, but I don't want it to be too gimmicky. I try not to overdo, because people overdo the sound effects. Well, you know, they're always bringing in sound effects, movie things, you know. Say hello to my little friend, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, and they're always using them. Oh, ad nauseum. You could overdo these things too. So I try to tastefully use them. That's why I don't push this I don't care button from morning till night, because that's what I really want to do, but I try to show some restraint. Oh, guys, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, it's time. I think it's time to about wrap it up. 8:30.
Yep.
Great stream this morning. Thank you so much. Decent attendance. Thank you so much for everybody chiming in. I hope people watched the replay. We had a good time. Lewis?
Mitch,
Yes.
just want to remind everyone, it's coming week. It's Diarrhea Awareness Week. Runs through Friday.
Did you invent that, or is that a thing?
No, it's a joke. It runs through Friday.
Oh, right. Okay.
It does run through Friday.
That's funny. I went right over my head, but I was busy reading
got
chats while you were saying
He
that.
got it.
So,
He got it.
yeah.
Well, everyone, have a great holiday tomorrow. And Mitch, I think you have an appearance tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow evening. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I will talk about that tomorrow morning. I have 2 appearances
All right,
tomorrow.
all right.
Yeah, be here in the morning. There's no holidays for Mitch. Just 7 days a
I'll
week,
be
it's just
listening.
another
I'll be
day.
listening.
Even yesterday, you don't think I could take the day off? I watched Rick for a while. I made a video.
Mm-hmm.
The afternoon I took off though. I pretty overlikes, but I found myself doing some computer work for one of my clients that I needed to do. So I'm happy working. I like being occupied with something. So
Great. Well, I'll see you tomorrow morning, and then I'll see you tomorrow on
tomorrow
with Kilts.
evening I am the featured guest on the Kilts Mighty
And
Tribe.
actually, it's good timing now
Zoom
that
call.
your morning is right after Kilts and you have your handoff. It's actually maybe a good thing for you to talk to that community. Maybe you'll pick up some more.
Well,
viewers.
I'm not. I pick up who I pick up. I don't pick up. I don't go after subscribers.
No,
You
but still,
obviously
it's
know
good.
that.
It's like you're talking to a different group of people. So
There is a definite thing that I have. I'm aware of it. It's religious. I mean, it's just you just got to know. You got to recognize people for what they are and what they believe in, and know that you're not for everybody. I am not the place for deeply religious people to get their advice from, because their advice has to come through a religious channel. And I know I'm not that way. I try not to change them or knock them or say bad things to them or try to talk them out of what they believe.
yeah,
But I'm not the guy for them. I'm just not the guy for them. So Kills has a large portion of his contingent are very religious people, because every other word out of his mouth is God this and Jesus that, and that's fine. See, because I know Kilts, and I know what he means by that. When Kilts says God is in you, he's defining it differently. But I don't even care if people understand that or not. I identify with Kilts. I believe pretty much what he believes. But it's the way you phrase things. The way you phrase things determines the people who understand you or think you're talking their language. So I don't worry when I see that Kilts had 160 people in there, and then I have 100 following him. I realize where a lot of those other people went, and I pick up a lot of new people that don't follow Kilts because they like the fact that I'm a realist and don't want to change anybody's minds. So you don't just come here to hear the things that they want to. And Rick is one of them. And I just try to be honest about it and let the chips fall where they may, because it's important that each of us has something we believe in. Why bother? All right.
it would be nice. It would be nice if a lot of people can join the Zoom tomorrow, especially people that we don't always get to see.
Yeah. Well, I'm always in there.
You're always there, Mitch, right. But other people. But and to get the link to the Zoom meeting, you need to join Dr. Kiltz's free community. And that's it.
Which
It's
is
very easy.
cool because it's free.
It's cool.
Yeah. And I mean,
Everyone should join.
They've got a premium level too, but you don't need to do that.
Mhm.
You can do it for free. You just have to make sure you're okay with getting an email or two from Alia every day.
Oh, and just think of this. Only Dr. Kiltz is the only popular one who mentions me on a regular basis. The rest
You
of them
gotta
are
love
too
the guy.
ashamed.
You gotta love the guy. Kiltz is really a realist. Believe me.
Yes, he
The
is.
man has no illusions about anything. But
Absolutely.
he, like most of us, is raised a certain way and has certain deep-grained ideologies that aren't going to change because they're out of the realm of really critical, logical thinking. But I think that he has come up with an explanation of it that has a shot at reality, and that's why I agree with him. Because even though we both arrived at the same conclusion from wildly different paths, we both conclude the same thing, and that is basically a connection of everything in the universe connected, even if it's just at a subatomic level. Even if you understand atomic physics, you understand that an electron is really not a thing you can grab onto, is that it's constantly moving and swapping atoms and moving all over the place. You know that at that quantum level, everything is connected in the universe, every bit of matter and everything else. And maybe there's some information carried along with it in that connection. And that explains pretty much everything mystical and supernatural. So you can't discount it. We're just now beginning to learn, and we'll never learn it all. We'll never really understand it. Enough philosophy. You know me. Don't get me started.
All right, everyone. Have a great day. I'm
Thanks
gonna
for
log
coming.
off.
Thanks, Lewis. Rick,
Yeah.
thanks for coming in.
you
Gary,
tomorrow.
always great to see you. Thank you, Nelson, for showing up. Thank you, everybody that's in the chat. Ellen, good to see you. Good to see you. And CB, Meathead. Here's a little happy music for you. We got to get rid of Gary. Gary, go home now. Thank you. Oh, by the way, did the video I put out yesterday, did anybody actually see the ending? And I don't mean the ending. This is cool. I don't mean the ending where I played my little outro where the music came on and the screen. I'm talking about the real ending that happened after the outro. It's like when you go to the movies at the end of the movie, if you stayed to watch the credits, a lot of times, like in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is what I was imitating this thing, he comes back in and he says, "Are you still here? Go home." Well, I did that in that video yesterday, and I wonder if anybody stayed around long enough to see the end. Nobody does. They click away so fast it makes their head spin. So I put that in there, and I'm going to start putting more of those little things in there because this is an entertainment. Yeah, the go away bit. Yeah, Lamb, you saw it. Mitch, you told us to go away at the end. CB, thank you. I love those things. I'll let you. After the thing was over, I had to get the walker back to the house over the rough grass, get it through the door and all that. And I was talking all the way. And I had the camera running in it. And when I was editing the thing yesterday, I said, I'm going to stick this way at the end. And anybody that hangs around will get to see it like a little extra added attraction. And then at the end, I said, what are you still doing here? Go away. And I ended it there. And I think those kinds of things are a riot. I think they're a riot. They're personal. Not that I want you to go away, but it humanizes people to you who make videos and things. So I may do that now and then. So I was hoping that somebody saw it and I wanted to ask today. All right, my friends, a little happy music. Say goodbye to everybody in the chat. Mark C says, I saw it, Mitch. I wondered where your car was. That was my next door neighbor's house. By going out the back of my house, I can walk over a little bit of bumpy grass and get on and she moved out, so that house is vacant now. I can walk over there and just walk down her driveway or that house's driveway to the street, not have to try to get around my car in my carport. Works out great for me. Works out great. So I tried it out yesterday. It was a nice little walk. I'm going to continue to try to stretch out the walk, get to the point where I can walk miles every day. That's the way I'll heal. I'm tickled with the regimen I'm on right now. Physically, I'm improving. The balance is just going to have to come back at its own pace, but I do not walk with a walker anywhere around the house at all during the day. Sometimes it ain't the prettiest thing, but I don't come close to falling, and I still wear the button. I'm not too proud that when I'm walking around without any support, I wear the button. There you go. That's going to be all tangled up in the headphones, won't it? So thanks for coming every day. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. And I will look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. right after. I don't know if Skilt's going to be on tomorrow. It is a holiday, but I assume he will be. We'll see. I'll be here. Until then, I hope you'll be here too. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy the holiday. Take the rest of the day off. And eat meat.